So today we are taking a look at LEGO Ninjago Cole's Mission Mech. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. I do LEGO Ninjago reviews, both short and long form. So if that sounds like your thing, definitely consider subscribing. This set is part of the Ninjago Dragons Rising wave, and it's aimed at slightly younger builders, but honestly, there's a lot here for older fans too, especially if you like mechs or Cole-focused sets. So let's get into it. This set is officially called Cole's Mission Mech and Dragon Zane, set number 71854, and it was released as part of the Dragons Rising Season 4 range, January 2026. It's rated 7+, comes with 364 pieces, and the mech itself stands just over 19 centimeters tall, so it's not a tiny build by any means. This is very much a play first set, but LEGO has clearly tried to make it look good on display as well, which is something Ninjago has been doing really well recently. The build itself is pretty straightforward, but in a good way. You're building the mech first, and it's broken up into nice manageable sections: legs, torso, arms. Nothing feels repetitive or boring, which is important for a set aimed at kids. That said, even as an adult builder, I didn't feel like I was just rushing through it. There are enough little details and color changes to keep it interesting. And because this is a mech, the build feels chunky and solid, which is exactly what you want. Now, let's talk about the mech itself, because this is clearly the main attraction. It has posable head, arms, shoulder armor, like these new Ninjago 2026 leaf pieces, legs, and even ankles. Obviously, no articulation here at the knee. But it's honestly more articulation than some much bigger mechs we have had in the past. The cockpit is built into the chest, which I really like. You open it up, pop Cole inside, and it feels very classic LEGO mech in the best way. It also has a kind of backpack section, or like just these two pins really there, where you can store weapons, which is one of these small details that doesn't matter until you realize how useful it actually is. In terms of color scheme, it's very cool. Lots of black, gray, and earthy tones. But it doesn't feel dull or flat. There's enough shaping and armor detailing to give it personality. The mech comes with 3 weapons. So we have a sword, a staff, which I already showed you previously, and a spring-loaded blaster with 2 darts. And yes, it fires properly. What LEGO is clearly doing here, and they even say it in the description, is encouraging you to swap these weapons with the ones from Ryu Ninja Dragon, which is a separate set. That kind of cross-set compatibility is very on brand for Ninjago, and it's great for kids who are building up a collection. Minifigure-wise, you get 3, and this is where the value really starts to show. You get Cole and his hammer accessory. There's also Zane in his dragon form with a sword, and an acid monster who looks exactly kind of villain you want for play scenarios. So let's take a closer look again. So Cole is solid, nothing revolutionary, but very usable and very fitting for the mech. Can easily fit into the cockpit there. Then Zane Dragon form is probably the standout here. It's really fun variant, and it ties directly into Dragons Rising, which is great if you're following the show. And the acid monster does exactly what it needs to do. It's visually distinct, clearly evil and perfect for good versus evil battles. This is absolutely a play-focused set, but I think it actually displays better than you would expect. The mech can hold poses well, it doesn't feel flimsy, and it looks good standing next to other Ninjago mechs or dragons. If you're an adult fan here, this is probably not the centerpiece display model, but as part of a larger Ninjago shelf, it works really nice. For what you get, it's sizable Mech 3 minifigures, loads of articulation, and strong play features. This feels like a good value, especially for the target age range. It's also a really good entry point into Ninjago for newer fans, while still offering enough for long-time collectors to enjoy. I don't really have any major complaints here. It knows what it is. It does it well, and it fits perfectly into the Dragons Rising lineup. For me, this is an easy 4.5 out of 5. But I'll stop talking now. Bye.